to Willi's Information Network, WIN, where we discuss the hows and whys of snow sports equipment and apparel. We're going to talk about how to take care of your snow sports apparel by laundering it properly. It's important because we spend a lot of time curating the perfect kit to enjoy the sport that we love. We want to make sure that we protect that kit with proper care so that it affects its performance and longevity. It's important to remember that most of your kit can be laundered at home, and dry cleaning is almost always a no-no. One of the key things about proper laundering is that it will help maintain, repair, and replace your waterproofing and weather protection. It will also purge the hollow core fibers of sweat and oils that build up with use. The key thing here is to remember that helps improve breathability, and it also will end up making the life of the garment last a lot longer. Proper laundering will also protect and enhance your natural fibers. Laundering at home can be easy. There's special products to help you do this. These products are important. You don't want to use traditional laundry detergent. The key is that traditional laundry detergents will strip weather protection, clog hollow core fibers, reducing its wicking, its thermal capacity, and its breathability. Traditional laundry detergents will also coat your apparel, making it more susceptible to stains. So let's get into some specifics. How do we launder our kit? So, one of the easiest things to do, and the thing that makes most people the most nervous to actually launder at home. Okay, the first thing you want to do is you're going to zip everything up. Zip pockets up, zip everything up. Seal any snaps, any Velcro, any of that, and turn it all inside out. What turning inside out will do is it'll help protect the findings on the outside of the garment. You don't want to have the snaps and the buttons and that kind of stuff bumping up against each other as it's going through the laundry. Before you launder anything, is you're going to want to make sure that everything's out of your pockets. All chapstick, money, your ski pass, anything needs to come out of your pockets. So, when you get your garments in to the laundry, is you want to make sure you don't put too many garments in at any one time. You want to make sure that you have at least 2 garments in there so you get good flow and the product is actually equally distributed throughout. When you're laundering, your cold or warm cold settings are typically going to be your best. Let the cycle run to its completion, but then make sure to remove garments as soon as they are done to make sure that you avoid any kind of dyes or anything settling within the garments. For your outerwear, drying it is absolutely okay. Now, you can choose your settings. Some people choose just to do air dry, while others will use a little bit of heat. A little bit of heat will actually help. It helps bring the waterproofing back up to the surface of the garment and redistribute it. If your garments are insulated, we'll talk about insulated layers next. Insulated layers come in 2 forms. One, it can be part of your outerwear, or it can be part of something that you wear inside, something like your Patagonia puffy. You want to follow the same steps, basically, as you did with your outerwear whenever you're dealing with insulated layers of any kind. Remove everything from your pockets and turn them inside out after you've zipped and snapped everything. The only real difference is what you do when you get it into the dryer. One of my favorite tricks is to throw a tennis ball in the dryer with it. What that will help do is help reloft that insulation, help redistribute it, and help make it even and make it last longer. This layer is actually really easy, and it sort of depends on what fabric it's made out of. Different fibers require different treatment. The 2 main types you'll get is your synthetic hollow core fibers and your natural fibers, things like wool and down. Make sure to always read labels and follow all instructions on both garments and any products you use on them. Hollow core fibers are very susceptible to heat and pressure. One of the key things that make them wick and have their thermal capacity is the fact that heat is trapped within the hollow core fibers, and moisture is wicked through those hollow core fibers as well. That makes them very susceptible to the buildup of sweat and oils. So what you want to make sure that you do is you use a cold wash and use a good technical cleaner. What that will do is help purge those hollow core fibers, retaining the longevity and performance of that item. Personally, I like to hang my thermals to dry, even the hollow core fiber synthetics. Yes, they certainly can sustain some heat and temperature in the dryer, and if you're in a rush, you might need to do that. But for me, it helps increase the longevity overall if you hang it to dry. Now for natural fibers. Natural fibers come in the form of bamboo, silk, wool, and down. Each needs a little bit different treatment, There are specific products for each one of them, but in general, what you want to make sure that you do is you use cold washes and very, very gentle cycles. When treated properly, natural fibers will last as long as the garment lasts. Ultimately, hollow core fibers will break down no matter how you treat it. They need to be replaced every 3 to 5 years on average. It needs to be replaced if it's not wicking as well or it's not as warm as it used to be. When it comes to drying natural fibers, you want to for sure dry down with just a little bit of heat and that tennis ball. What that will do is it'll help re-loft it, redistribute it, and really make it a healthier product. All the others, you definitely want to hang to dry. So finally, let's talk about accessories. That's your socks, your hats, and your gloves. Now, socks you can do the exact same way as you do with your base layers. If it's a hollow core fiber, cold, and you can dry it or hang it depending on your preference. Now with natural wool, you definitely want to hang them to dry after doing them on a gentle cycle, just like you would your base layer. Hats, that kind of depends on what they're made of. If they're synthetic, you can throw them in the wash, just like you would your base layer. If they're wool or cashmere or one of the other natural fibers, you want to make sure that they are taken care of properly. If there's something like your Lindo F hat, where you can remove the palm, go ahead and do so. The rest you want to make sure are done on cold, and on a gentle cycle. As for drying your hats, I'm absolutely fine if you dry your synthetic hats. The palm sometimes gets a little damaged and can age out fast, but with your natural fibers, you want to make sure that you definitely lay those flat to dry. Any of your neck gaiters, those should just be laundered exactly like you do your hats. Let's talk gloves. Your glove liners, you're going to treat exactly like your base layer. For your synthetics, go ahead and put them in a cold laundry and then either dry them or hang them depending on how long you want them to last. For your natural fibers, make sure that you put them on a cold cycle and then definitely hang them to dry. Now the trick to wash your actual outerwear gloves, that's kind of interesting. First of all, you have to treat the outside and the inside totally differently. You do not want to throw them in the laundry. They will come out absolutely destroyed. A lot depends on how much leather you have on your glove also. There's a great product that Hestra makes called Leather Balm that will soften any leather product. For the synthetic part of your gloves and the inside, what you want to do is you want to get dishwashing detergent. Dawn is my favorite. That will take the stains out of the outside. And what you want to do is put your gloves on just like you were going to go out skiing. You're going to put a little bit of the dish detergent on the outside of the glove with some moisture and water. You're going to wash your hands just like normal. You don't want to overdo the water on the outside. You want to make sure that you use just enough to take the suds off. For the inside of your gloves, you're going to use that same dish soap. You're going to put it all over your hands. Then you're going to put your hands inside the gloves and work them in and out. Pull them out, rinse all the soap off your hands, and repeat that until your hands come out completely clean and there's no more soap left inside. Hopefully this information provides you more confidence to get your kit totally clean. See links for how to remove specific stains and how to use individual Nick Wax products in our show notes below.